Hello, all my beautiful Geminis. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day out there. If you don't know who I am, I'm Brandy, and this is Sacred Arcana Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a general reading. It is going to be about the month of March, and we are going to kind of see what energy's coming in, what we're embracing, what we should release, just to kind of get a feel for what's happening for March. I apologize in advance if you guys heard my fan just then. I forgot to close the door before I started recording. Silly me. Alright, so let's get to your reading, Gemini. I've already shuffled, so let's get to it. Oh, very interesting. Wow. Gemini, my hats are off to you. I mean, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major Arcana cards just right out of the bat there. Yeah. So it's a 9-card spread. It's almost half, but you're not going to get it 4.5 cards. So you got a lot of stuff happening in March, Gemini. A lot of stuff happening. Okay, so let's start here with your current self, which in your case is the moon. She's not reversed. Fabulous. You're not having any issues with facing your fears, it seems. It definitely seems like there could be some issues with hidden truths. Could be you might be lying a little bit to yourself. But this feels more like, especially since your theme for the month is the Hermit, this almost feels like you're opening up more to your intuition, because she's looking straight at the moon. She's in the water, so she's in touch with her emotions. She's not letting, it could mean that your emotions are overwhelming you at the moment, but to me it doesn't feel that way. I don't get any sense of panic. This is almost like she's just at one with her emotions and with her emotional self. She's fine with it. This is very much trust your intuition, trust yourself, face your fears. I mean, she's facing that moon, she's facing the darkness. She's looking up through these waters to what's above her, and she seems to be embracing it. I mean, you can see her energy kind of coming out and going up. It feels like you are safe, like you're in the process of giving yourself over to spirit. It's like you are beginning a journey, and you're working on your intuition, you're working on facing your fears in life, you're working on really starting a spiritual journey. And this is your mindset. This is you, Gemini. So this feels very much, and it's interesting, Gemini aren't the twins. And look, we have the light and we have the shadow. And these are twins. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, this is just you. This is you in a nutshell. So you're very fluid, you're going along for the ride, and you're open to the ride. So let's look at your theme. Your theme for the month is the Hermit. Once again, going inside in a reflection. Let's see. This is when you are taking a time to pause, and you're taking a time to reflect, to ponder, to look at the journey ahead. I mean, you already see where you've come. You've put down that light that kind of shows you the way, and you realize, okay, I've learned all I can with that. I'm leaving it here for the next person in case they need it. And now I'm going to go within, and I'm going to really work on my own light. That's why this feels like you're like the beginning of a journey. And your theme for the month is a continuation of that journey, an inner reflection, kind of like a check-in with yourself to see, okay, am I going in the right direction? Is this really where I want to be in life? Am I being true to myself? And that's what this feels like. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to say, because, I mean, you're just Gemini. I mean, you're in the zone. this is my zone card, and I mean, I love it. I'm a Virgo, so this is my card. So I'm a little partial to this card, but yeah, Gemini. Woo, not a bad way to start a month. Okay, so let's go to the goal to pursue for the month. Page of Pentacles. Oh, are you gonna be manifesting new opportunities? Are they going to be coming to you? Are you going to get some news from someone of a new opportunity? Maybe a new job, maybe a promotion, or maybe just a new way to make money, a side hustle. Someone comes to you and goes, hey, I need a little help. I'll pay you XYZ. That's definitely something to pursue. You're definitely looking at finding a way to add a little resources to your purse strings, Gemini. And she's very relaxed. I mean, she's tending this pentacle and she's just like, yep, this is me. I'm happy. I'm balanced. She's balanced. She's balanced on one foot. But it's almost like she's got one foot in the earth. And I say that because this string, it's almost like a root is coming down. And it comes over her foot. And I don't know if you can see this. Maybe, maybe not. But right there, you see underneath, it's almost like an additional root or something coming from around her shoe into the earth. Ugh, it's just not gonna. I have the wrong lens on this. There we go. So she's very much connected to Earth. She's very connected to her resources and to her ability to find the opportunities and to have the opportunities come to her. So it's kind of like having your ear to the ground, right? You're always just kind of putting out your little feelers like she's done, and it's like, is there any opportunities? Can I make a few bucks over here or maybe over there? Spirit wants you to definitely keep going with that, especially in the situation that we are in with this wild global pandemic. I mean, a little extra change never hurt anybody. Okay, so let's move on to an obstacle to overcome. Ten of Swords. You're definitely walking away from something. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. I feel like I just need to throw that down there and go, okay, next. But it could be that you've recently had an ending. And it can be a very painful ending that you're walking away from, that you are moving towards your next part of the journey. And it very well could be that whatever this ending was, is what led you to this breakthrough, where you're like, you know what, I need to work on me. I need to become one with me so that I can really hone in on checking in with myself to make sure I'm okay. Am I where I want to be? Am I going in the right direction? So you're doing the right thing here. You're walking away from something that was very painful. But she's doing it in a positive light, right? So she's put it behind her and she's walking towards the light. And she's okay with that. She's very much okay with that. And she'll be okay. You'll be okay too. It may be rough right now, but it will get better. Okay, major accomplishment. Queen of Cups. I love this card. I love how she's so happy with herself. She's very comfortable. The water's flowing around her. I mean, it's wonderful. So it feels like if you're not already tuned into yourself, it feels like you're going to be honing that skill in the month of March. You're really going to be working on becoming more intuitive, more compassionate, more empathic, but not just with others. This feels more like an internal awakening for you. I mean, this feels like you are really going to start with affirmations and abundance. I mean, it's this feeling of saying to yourself, I am worthy of love. I am love. I am a spiritual being. It's that kind of feeling where you're really going to hone those skills of loving compassion, but towards yourself, not towards others. I mean, really inward, because this feels like an inward journey. This really does feel like an inward journey. And I'm really leaning towards the fact that it's because of an ending. It's because something has ended for you. And you're moving forward. You're like, you know what, I have to take care of me before I can take care of other people. So that's a really good accomplishment to have. Really good, Gemini. Okay, so now let's go up here to what to avoid. Four of Wands. Now normally the Four of Wands it's one of those cards where you're like, oh yeah. Some people call it like the wedding card, where if you get it along with like the Two of Cups or the Lovers, it can signify a wedding. It's definitely a celebration, usually with a group. So it can be your family, your friends, your work colleagues, anyone that you consider part of your soul tribe. But this almost feels like Spirit wants you to avoid celebrating too early. This is really hard work. Really working on yourself, and it's work that really never ends. There's no excuse me. This is something that you will work on for the rest of your life, because there'll be problems, there'll be issues, there'll be situations that will come to you and test you. So you're constantly going to be working on this. And this almost feels like you're going to have a moment in March where you almost feel like, oh, I've done it. I'm good. I don't need any more therapy. I don't need to work on this anymore. I'm good. Spirit is saying, don't celebrate too quickly. Don't celebrate too early. Celebrate, but know that this is a continuous journey throughout your life. The only time you're going to reach that destination is at the end of your life. So don't just celebrate too early, or don't think it's going to be an easy win. Okay, so what to embrace? The Chariot reversed. Chariot brings in a lot of energy, usually. I mean, it's that energy where you are trying to corral it together and really harness it so you can tell it where to go. This, with it being reversed, is saying be aware of losing that energy, losing that momentum, of maybe even going in the wrong direction. Instead of controlling the energy is controlling you. So with this being a reading that feels like it's an inner journey, someone else had a reading similar to this, and I can't remember who it was now. This very much feels like you're working on you, Gemini. Be careful not to try and speed up the process. Like I said with this one, this is a long process. And you need to accept the fact that you're not always going to be able to control your emotions. So you need to embrace the chaotic energy that this Chariot in reverse can bring. Because you will have moments of just chaotic energy where you are trying to corral your feelings and you are trying to zen out and be mindful, and it's just not working. You're human. You are going to have those fits of being mad, angry, rage, really sad. That's okay. You need to let that flow through you. So embrace the energy, but don't try to, if it's a negative energy, don't try to harness it. Release that back out. But be aware that there will be chaotic energy on this journey, and that's okay. So where are you going to find support? Look at that, the High Priestess. Not only do you have a very intuitive soul and a very strong connection with Spirit, you can find support in your dreams. You can find support in Spirit messages. This feels very dreamy to me. Spirit has your back. I mean, Spirit is saying that you are supported. You don't have to worry about it. If you have any issues with, especially with this being the spiritual inner journey, an inner journey of love and light, you need to connect with Spirit. So when you're having these moments of chaotic energy that you are recognizing is part of the journey, ask for help from Spirit. And Spirit will give it to you. Spirit will tell you what to do. It could come in a form of a dream. It could come in the form of like messages that you recognize. So it could be Spirit leaves you feathers, if that's one of your ways of recognizing messages from Spirit. It can be anything like that. I get feathers and I get coins. I also get numbers when Spirit is talking to me. But a lot of the messages that I receive is through dream work. I do a lot of my connecting with Spirit when I'm dreaming. So this almost feels like you do too. So be aware that Spirit is there to support you all the way. Spirit's always rooting for you. Spirit is there to help you learn your lessons in this life so you don't have to repeat them into the next one. You can move on in your journey. Okay, last one. We have advice and encouragement. The Six of Wands. The Six of Wands. I love the Six of Wands. And Aries just got it, but it was reversed for them. So, and a couple others have gotten it too. So there's a lot of fiery energy going on, it seems like, next month too for some of you. When the Six of Wands comes in and it is in the upright position, it's very much a card of celebration. It's an accomplishment that you've earned through your hard work. And it's not just you saying, yes, I've done it. You're actually being recognized. There's people here. She's on a stage. And I call this my singing contest, because it just feels like this woman has done some kind of performance in front of a bunch of people. And she's been crowned the winner. And that's what this energy is. You're being acknowledged for achieving something. And it's that really awesome success, you know, that something you've worked really hard for and then you actually get it and you're like, yes! And everyone sees you receive it. You know, it's that feeling of elation that you just, man, it's like a high like no other. You're like, yes, I've done it. And so remember, this is success. It's people acknowledging your success. It's you acknowledging your success. So Spirit is letting you know that you're going to get there, and people are going to see that you've worked hard on this journey and that you've done it. You have done it, Gemini. Okay, so let's pull some clarifiers. I mean, most of it's pretty straightforward to me for this one. There's been a couple where I was like, oh, let's get some clarifiers. But I'm interested in the Chariot, so let's start there, and then we'll see if we need any others. Okay. Oh man, Gemini, you have a choice to make. You have a really big choice to make, and I feel like, okay, I feel like I need to draw the next one. Yep, okay, so you have to make a choice, and this really feels like, I'm gonna do this so you can see it. It feels like the energy that you need to choose. That you need to choose part of your energy. Are you going to try and constantly corral it? Are you going to let it bounce around? You need to make a decision about whether you are going to allow yourself to see this through, this journey through, or are you going to stop it before it's time, before you can complete it? Because this feels like you work really hard, especially up to here, but then it almost feels like you start celebrating a little too soon. And you have that moment where the energy is just pop, 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 and you're like, do I really want to go through this? Do I really have the capability of wrangling this energy when I should control it, and then releasing it when I can't and I understand that I can't? Am I capable of doing that? And Spirit is saying, yes, you are. You're very much capable of it, because look, you get Temperance. That's your 5th major arcana, Gemini. It's going to be a hell of a month. You can do it, but you've got to work on balance. For the most part, it seems like you are balanced, but when it comes to your emotions and this fiery, hot energy, you're not balanced. And you really need to work on that. That's going to be your kicker for the month of March, is really focusing on where you're going to make your decision. Because look, she's at a crossroads. And you are too. I mean, you're started on this journey. You want to do this journey. You're doing very well. But then it's like you start celebrating a little too early. Things start getting pretty hot and heavy and hard. And then you're like, oh, do I really want to do this? Can I do this? I'm not sure. Spirit says, yes, you can. You know, you're not alone in this world. Spirit has your back. Spirit will always be there for you. And you will celebrate the fact that you've accomplished this. You've been able to do it. That's really beautiful. I mean, it really is. So this doesn't always mean just balance either. I don't want you to feel like I'm saying, oh, you got to balance and be like, oh. Sometimes you need to blend the energies as well. And that kind of feels like what this is, because it's bouncing and it's hot and heavy and you're not quite sure how to handle it. The answer is going to be when you figure out how to blend it. When you figure out almost like that fluid dance, right? Between male, female, alpha, omega. That's what this feels like. Like you're really trying to harness the energy, even though you don't have it harnessed here. You have to embrace that chaoticness of it. That's part of the lesson for you. You got to learn to be a little bit more fluid, a little bit more flowing. Because you're open to it. You want this to happen, but it's almost like you want to control it a little too much, to where Spirit's like, well, you can't always control this. It's not always meant to be controlled. Sometimes the energy is, but sometimes it's not. And you have to learn to embrace that part of it. That energy is wild and fluid. Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. I mean, the rest of this is pretty self-explanatory. It's going to be a good month. Just really focus on your intuition, how you're feeling, follow your light, love yourself. Definitely love yourself. You know, you're going to get past this ending. Whatever has happened to you, you will move forward. And just remember, energy is fluid. It comes and it goes. Sometimes it's really heavy, sometimes it's really light. And that's okay. That's part of the journey. But Spirit always has your back. And you will be celebrated. You will be celebrated. Gemini, I hope this reading resonated with you. Remember, it is a general reading, so it will not for everyone. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up on that like button. Hit that subscribe button and ding that bell notification. It lets you know when I upload new videos. Thanks everyone. I wish you love and light. Bye.